Today I'm going to take you through a little Pilates routine, especially for runners. As you all know, I'm sure by now, I am an avid runner. It's my first love, it's my passion. But often I find if I do it too much, I tend to get a lot of hip and lower back pain. And I found what the most important thing to do is when you are running or when you are in a running program, that you do maintain a good habit of mobility and activation. So today I'm going to take you through the general routine that I tend to follow that helps me prevent any form of pain when I am in a good running regime. Obviously now during lockdown we can't do that, so this is a perfect opportunity to improve that strength and get better and avoid any form of pain while running. Before we start, very important that we make sure that we are nice and loose, have a good sense of mobility before we start those activations. So we're going to start with a little bit of mobility, moving into some balance and proprioception, then into some activation. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you can see more videos just like this one. We're going to start in the middle of the mat, lifting our left leg off the ground. In this position, I want you to get that core activation, lengthening through the spine and stacking your vertebrae all on each other, opening that chest. You're slowly going to draw your hands down your sides. You're going to inhale and slowly on the exhale, maintaining a good knee stability, you're going to lean back into a backward toe tap. Watch as my knee goes down and bends and extend and back into high knee. We're going to do 6 of these. That's 1. Core nice and tight. You can see my back keeping straight. 2. Core keeping activated. And see that knee control as we're going up and down. 3. We've got 3 more to go. 4. And 5. And 6. Slowly lifting back up. We're going to lift and side touch. And 1. We're going to do 6, using the core to lift back into that high knee position. 2. Watching my knee control, keeping those glutes activated so that knee doesn't fall out. 4. And 5. And 6. Lifting back up, dropping left leg, lifting that right leg, and keep breathing. And backward toe tap, and 1. And 2. I want you to go as far as you feel comfortable without leaning too far forward or losing control of your posture and positioning of that knee. We've got 2 more. And 5, core tight. And 6. And back up. Into 6 side toe taps. And 1. Watching my knee. You can see it staying in that position. 2, if you're feeling like it's too far to go too much to the side, you can just drop a little bit closer. 3, we're halfway. 4, and I want you not to push off the floor with your right foot, but using the strength and stability of your left foot to lift back up and hold. From here, I want you to move to the edge of your mat. So we can just do some stretches before we lean down. We're placing feet slightly large and shoulder width apart, knees together, and you're slowly going to point palms to ceiling, and you're just going to rotate and lower. You can bend that left knee when you rotate towards the right, and rotate and lower, keeping that left knee straight, bending that right knee. And we're going to do 4 more. Bend left knee, rotate to right. That's 1. And 2. Can see When I'm bending towards the right is straight. When I'm bending towards the left is straight. And the opposite bends. Alright, from here, we're just going to walk our hands down to the middle part of our mat. Feet shoulder width apart. And we're just going to rotate our pelvis out towards the ceiling. And you're just going to walk your calves out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and both heels into the ground, rotating your pelvis up towards the ceiling. You're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly keeping those legs straight, we're going to lean forward. Getting used to that activation, maintaining that pelvis stability and position. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and dropping down and holding if you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly walking your hands back to the middle of the mat, rotating out, heels into ground and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walking back, forward into that extended plank, core tight, shoulders down the back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lowering. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up. And if you need to, you can do that the exact same set with your knees tucked in. So I'm going to do a third set, just holding in the air like so for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly back up. I'm going to turn around so that you can see me better, but we're going to get back onto all fours, and you're going to take your right leg out and bring it out towards the side. In this position, I want you to rotate that pelvis out towards, so imagine your tailbone, the bottom part of your pelvis, the back. You're going to rotate it out towards the wall behind you, and as you're doing that, you are pushing your groin down into the ground, and we're going to rock backwards and forwards. We're doing 5 of these, that's 1. And as you're leaning back, you're rotating more and pushing down. You're just keeping that movement. That's 3, 2 more, and 4, and last one, 5. And slowly taking that same leg into an extended position and going across midline and leaning into that glute. And we're going to do 5 of those. Can you see the back of my foot there? It is pushing backwards and forwards to get a rock into that glute. Let's do 2 more, and 1, and 2, and slowly leaning back over onto all fours, straightening that left leg, rotating that pelvis out, pushing that groin into the ground, and we are slowly going to lean back. 1, and 2, and 3, 2 more, and 4, and 5. Slowly leaning over, bringing that leg across midline and over, across into the other side, leaning into that glute. As you see, like I said, that back foot is pushing you backwards and forwards, and you're just allowing that movement to stretch out into that glute. Let's do 2 more. 1, and 2. From here, I'm going to turn back around onto my all fours so you can see me better again. We're going to hover our knees off the ground. Remember to keep those shoulders open, scaps down the back, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. and hovering your knees off the ground for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here we are opening our knees away from each other, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and slowly down. From here we're going to lean a little bit more forward. We're going to place our feet straight down onto the mat. We're going to lift up and we're going to lean back, and 1, knees off the ground, core nice and tight, and 2 and 3, core tight, maintaining that position of the pelvis. 4, 5, we got 5 more, and 6 and 7, 3 more, 8, 9 and 10, and we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dropping down, leaning back into that rest position. We're going to do that 2 more times. So just to prepare that mind, we're getting good activation of the various muscles that we tend to use while running or even doing any daily activity. So let's get back into it, and lifting up, knees off the ground, toes tucked in. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and opening those knees, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knees down, placing your feet on the floor, toes are out. We're lifting and rocking backwards and forwards. Remember here, you got a lot of work to do because you are keeping activation in that core so that pelvis doesn't move, and you're also working those quad muscles as well as your scap muscles and arm muscles to maintain stability. Let's do 4 more, and 1 and 2 and 3, last one, and we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly leaning down into that rest position. Well done. One more time. If you're activating well, you should be working up a nice sweat. Just remember, as I always say, quality is way better than quantity. So if you're feeling tired, sit out, have a rest, and let's get back into it. I know we like to push ourselves as runners, but sometimes we also need to have a rest. But if you can, let's go up, and we're going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, into those calves. 1, using those glutes. 2, using your glutes to squeeze those knees away from each other. Let's do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Dropping those knees and placing your feet onto the ground. Remember to keep that position of that pelvis. We're going to lift up, hands a little bit more away from your knees, lifting knees off the ground, and we're going to rock. 1 and 2. This time I want you to lean a little bit more forward if you can, keeping that stability. Be challenging yourselves a little bit more with that core activation. 5 and 6 and 7, core tight. 3 more. 8 and forward. And 9 and 10 and forward and holding. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly down and leaning into rest position. Okay, from here we're going to turn over onto our backs. Getting a little bit of a breather. That was a nice little activation set. We're going to turn onto our backs. From here, core activated. If you have seen in one of my other videos, I teach you how to do a pelvic curl. I want you to do it just like that, activating that core, sucking in that pelvic floor. You're going to draw your belly towards your spine, and you're going to rotate that pelvis up towards the ceiling using your core, lifting up. We're going to just do 3 of these before we get into the set. Inhale, exhale, slowly rolling down. Remember, the positioning of your feet is about 1.5 feet away from your glutes, and the distance between your knees is a fist width apart. Squeezing and inhale, and slowly rolling back down. You're going to do 1 more. On this 3rd one, you are going to keep those hips in the air. You're going to transfer your weight onto your left leg, and you're going to do a single leg toe tap into a straight leg lower, and you're going to do 8 of these, slow and controlled, making sure that that position of that hip stays aligned. You're maintaining that hip height even when that leg goes down. You're also maintaining the alignment of both hips together. So you're really focusing on that activation of that left glute max while you're digging that heel into the ground to activate that hamstring. And last one. And we're going to lift into a 90 degree in that hip and lower those hips. And 1, and 2, and 3, 4. We're doing 8 of these with a 10-second single leg hold. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And lowering that leg to 90 degrees. You're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping that leg, transferring your weight into the right leg, taking left leg into tabletop position, into left leg toe tap with straight leg raise. That's 1. Sucking in that pelvic floor. And 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Remember, you want that alignment, tabletop, toe tap. Last one, to straight leg lower. And back up into 90 degrees and lowering. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8, and straightening that leg down and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bending that leg into tabletop, dropping it down, lifting those hips to slowly roll them back down. Now, if you're wanting a little bit more of a challenge, you can get a TheraBand at home and place it around the knees. We're going to slowly lift those hips towards the ceiling again. And from here, you can see that hip pattern line. You want it right up towards the ceiling as much as you can, so you're activating those glutes to squeeze. Imagine you're squeezing so hard that your hips are opening. You're digging those heels into the ground, drawing the shoulders down the back. You're going to open your knees away from each other and pull back in. But as you open, you might have a tendency to drop that hip. You got to work really hard to squeeze those glutes, to suck in that pelvis and that pelvic floor, suck in that pelvic floor and that core to maintain that hip height. We've got 5 more to do. We're doing 10. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last one and 5. Back in, and we're going to lift that right leg into single leg reverse bridge and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping that leg down, extending the other leg and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending that leg down, lifting those hips to slowly roll back down. From here, you're going to turn over onto your right hand side. You're making sure that your shoulders, hips and knees are all aligned. You're going to extend that upper leg. We're going to start with a few straight leg raises to activate that glute. So slight forward rotation of that upper hip. We want to get that glute activation. So you're going to point your toe, but while you're pointing, you have a forward rotation of that upper hip. We're going to do 8 of these. That's 4. I think I've actually lost count, 5. But let's say it's 6 and 7. And we're going to lift and bend and extend that leg. 1 and 2 and 3. Glutes are a very important component when running because they assist in the stability of that pelvis while doing the movements. And we're going to do circles forward. 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and backwards, and 1. Core tight. You want to feel a nice burn. 3, 4 in that glute. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we're going to rest from here. We're just going to lift up into a side plank position, extending that leg, placing the other hand behind your head, and you're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping that leg and turning over to the other side. Going through that same routine. You want to have a deep burn and activation into those glutes. So if you aren't, please comment in the comment section below and tell me that you aren't, and maybe we can work out why you're not getting that activation. It is very important. If you're feeling the tightness or activation somewhere else, it means you are activating incorrectly, which is going to make these exercises redundant towards your running performance or, as I said, daily activities. Let's do 3 more. 1, core tight. 2, and extending and bend. I find that my right glute is slightly weaker than my left one. And so it's a little bit harder to maintain activation and form on this one with the same amount of reps. So you might find that one of your glutes is a little bit weaker. Comment below, tell me which glute it is. It's quite interesting to see when different people have different glute strengths. And circles forward. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You might find that as you're getting tired, you want to open that hip, make sure it still stays forward. If you're struggling, just lower that leg a little bit. You don't have to go as high. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. From here, we're slowly going to lift up into a side plank position, other hand behind head, and we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly down. We're going to turn over onto our backs to do a little bit of core before we end off with some stretches. We're going to inhale, on the exhale, lifting both legs into tabletop position. We're going to place our other hands up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other, knees together. We're going to do double leg toe taps with arm extensions into tabletop crunches. And 1, and 2, 3, 4. And I want you to use your core when you're lifting up to lift the scaps off the ground. I don't want you to use momentum. Let's do 2 more, and 1. Making sure that pelvis, when you're going down, is nice and stable. And slowly down, placing and interlacing your hands behind your head. You're slowly going to lift your legs back into tabletop, keeping that core activated. You're going to extend the right leg and then extend the other leg. While you're doing that, you have your scaps and shoulders and head are off the ground into a light little crunch position. You can see that my elbows are in the periphery of my eyes and they're not moving. I'm not straining my neck. We're just doing leg lowers in that crunch position. Let's do 2 more. And 1, and 2, and slowly back. From here, we're lifting, keeping those legs where they are. We're rotating our upper body. 1, 2, 3. We're doing 6, 4, 5, and 6. And back to center, slowly rolling back down. Right leg on the floor, left leg on the floor, and placing arms in a T position just to recover from that set before we move on to the next one. Last core set before we move into some stretches. You might find that you're feeling quite fatigued from that set. Please make sure that even though you're feeling like you're working, quality of the movement is way more important than quantity. You're going to place both hands on your right knee and you're going to bring that knee towards your chest, but you're going to resist it with your hand, causing an activation in that right side of your core. And you are slowly going to lower the other leg down and back up, and we're going to do 10 of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, core tight, 6, making sure that when that leg drops, that pelvis isn't moving. 2 more after this one, and 1, and 2. Changing over to the other leg and extending and lifting. 1, 2. Working really hard to bring that resistance between your knee and your hands, but still maintaining stability of that pelvis while that leg drops. Let's do 4 more. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and dropping right leg down, left leg down. Arms in a C position, and you're just going to rock from side to side. From here, I want us to turn over into a lunge position. And we're going to stretch out those hip flexors. So you're tucking in that pubic bone towards your chin. You're squeezing this right glute, pushing hips forward, and you're going to extend, and you're just going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, if you can, you're going to take your right foot and bring that heel towards the glute, and you're going to hold. While you're doing that, I still want that pelvis tucked in under your chin and pushing those hips forward. And you're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do that one more time. Hands on hips, pushing hips forward, tucking in that pelvis and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bringing that heel back to your glutes and holding, tucking that pelvis in and pushing those hips forward. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving over to the other side. Same thing, activating that left glute, pushing forward, tucking in that pubic bone under your chin, extending that arm and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leaning back, bringing that heel towards that glute, pushing those hips forward and holding to get a quad stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back into that hip flexor stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back into that quad stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to point your toes towards the ceiling, opening that chest. You're slowly going to lean down to bring, keeping that back straight. I don't want you to rotate that pelvis. I still want it nice and firm. You're going to bring chest to knee, toes to ceiling, and you're going to hold for more than 10 seconds. So for 15, now we can continue for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly leaning over into that other leg. Remember, stabilizing that hip and that pelvis. Chest to knees, toes to ceiling. You're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, everybody. So that's a quick little exercise session that will help you improve your running as well as your daily activities. I tend to find that that session is very tiring. So please, if you are feeling like you're not managing, just decrease those reps and sets, and don't be scared to rest in between. As I said during the session, it's very important to have a quality activation and movement rather than quantity. So let's be slow, let's be intentional, and let's get those quality movements. As I said before in the beginning of the session, I find that if you have a good regime of mobility and maintaining that flexibility with good activation, you'll find that your speed and endurance while running is so much more beneficial. So if you want to avoid any form of aches and pains or niggles while you're in a good running regime, then I recommend that you make a special effort to do these kinds of exercises in your daily routine. If you have any questions or queries with regards to this workout, please comment in the comment section below. And if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and I can help you every day with different types of exercises just like this one that will help you improve your performance. I look forward to helping you in the next video. Here is to a happy, healthy, beautiful you.